Welcome back to the PAC Sports Network for our halftime show as we are now joined by Geneva senior forward Ryan Rachic. Ryan, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. How has the season been so far for you and the Golden Tornadoes?
Pretty good, to say the least. It's been a wild ride. It's been a fun one. But yeah, I would say pretty good is the way to describe it. It's been energetic. It's been passionate. It's been a lot of fun. So it's been a great season to have so far.
Well, I would say winning probably is the cure-all for anything and everything, especially with the cold weather outside. So I'm sure you guys have been
hmm
enjoying some wins there. But I want to get into your career. I know you didn't start at Geneva. You initially started at Gannon. So what led you to wanting to start your career at Gannon?
So I was looking for a scholarship to honestly pay my education. That's really was what it was. I wanted to be an engineer. It's kind of what I still want to be. But I kind of just through and through playing tournaments, playing in camps, knew some guys, met up with the Gannon coach at the time, and he really liked me, and I ended up signing with him pretty early into my senior year. It was about August of my senior year, and I signed officially in October. So yeah, just kind of fell in love with the system, fell in love with what he was doing there, and it kind of just came with him. But
Obviously, you've been doing a fabulous job at Geneva and clearly have found a new home. And you have a little bit more of a familial connection with Geneva. You're playing with your brother, Mark. So I have
Mhm.
to ask what that's like. How is it like playing with your brother? And are you guys able to put basketball away at basketball time and have family time? Or does sometimes stuff from the hardwood carry over to home?
It's kind of surreal. It really is. We played together in high school. He was on the JV team his freshman year, my junior year, and then he was my point guard his sophomore year, my senior year. So we had 2 years of being in the same gym together. We grew up obviously playing in the same gym together. Our dad coached both of our teams respectively growing up. So there was a lot of the gym and us and our relationship as both brothers and sort of best friends has not been without the gym in some way, even if it's just lifting or golf or something. There's always been something that we've always done together. Um, and it is kind of surreal. There's really not. It's so funny. I never thought of it that way. There's not really a line between, hey, we're on the court, hey, we're having fun, hey, we're out golfing, hey, we're doing schoolwork. It's very much kind of just a kind of cohesive rhythm that we're in as brothers. And it really is more so kind of best friends in some ways. It's very nice to have. I know a lot of people don't have that relationship, and I'm very fortunate to have that relationship with my brother. So it's been a fun journey and something that I'll always look back on and cherish.
Without a doubt, and a very unique thing too. I mean, not many people get to, say that they played with their siblings and get to play an extensive amount of time with their siblings. But I want to now
Mhm.
circle back to your dad because you just scored 1,000 points, and a big congratulations to you. Your
Thank you.
dad is at 1,000 point score, and you mentioned to me off air that now the next goal is to try and chase dad. So, what was that like scoring 1,000 points, and just what did that mean for you, your brother, and your dad as well?
Um, it, it meant a lot because it was a journey kind of completed in some ways. Dad has always been, passionate about, you know, having us one up him. And it was kind of cool to, see like, hey, he sent me a text like you're one of I think it was 40 or 50 players, 60 players in Geneva history that have crossed this benchmark. He was like, welcome to the club. And it was kind of cool to see that and be there. Unfortunate that they weren't there for that. I kind of didn't expect to get it against Bethany, but kind of just the way we were playing as a team, my teammates found me and kind of got it. But I think one of the biggest things, at least on the player side, is the ability for me to get 1,000 points was not me alone. I've never been a player that's been able to, just give him the ball and get out the way. That's never been the way I played, never been the way I do it. I've always needed guys around me, and I've been very fortunate in my time here in Geneva, where I've always had multiple guys around me who can, go off for their own 30-point game, who can, who are threats on their own that the defense has to respect them as much as they might respect me. And honestly, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have scored them. And so the credit, it goes to the collective in this case because I just know myself. I'm not the player to get it on my own, but with a system and with a team that supports me and with a team that's able to do their own thing as well, it's been very easy in some cases for me to reach this milestone. So it's been a very fun journey to say the least.
Without a doubt. And now you and your dad can kind of, joke and go back and forth about being a
Mm-hmm.
1,000 point scores. And now Mark's, the next one in line. So that's very, very cool. But before we get you out of here, Ryan, want to hear from you. Just, I know you guys have been playing great basketball and it's now a new playoff format for the PAC tournament. So how can your team keep this thing rolling and really make a deep run in the playoffs this year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is sticking to ourselves. what we have found out that through their own play and through just games and things that we've seen, that when we try to play within ourselves, um, uh, we're very good. And when we play within ourselves, and even if we do get beat from playing within ourselves, we can walk out of there being like, you know what, we did what we were supposed to do. It's when we don't do what we're supposed to do, and we fall short, is when we kind of kick ourselves in the butt, like, oh my gosh, what went wrong? I think that's kind of the biggest thing that we're telling ourselves. And there's also other things. We have some sayings on the floor that that we really stick to. One of them is don't let them outwork us. That's kind of something that as captains have kind of rolled with, and something that we've really pushed is we feel like when we feel like we're outworking the other team and we're playing within ourselves, we have a very good shot to beat anybody. And we've also kind of told ourselves, hey, if the dice rolls their way, and we feel like we outworked them, we played within ourselves, and good for them. But we know that if we do what we're supposed to do, we do those two things, we have a good shot. So I know that's the goal of us, is to keep those two things kind of rolling.
Well, it'll definitely be fun to watch you guys keep that thing rolling, and we all obviously wish you good luck the rest of the way. And thanks so much for stopping by today on the halftime show.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate it.
That's Geneva senior forward Ryan Rachic. Don't go anywhere, as we will have more of the halftime show coming up next right here on the PAC Sports Network.